Hi, this is On Imagination with the Ethical Asshole. I am your host, the Salty Bitch. I am building a community course for networking, family relationships, friendship. And I just finished the course and put it all together. And it's this beautiful, my courses are here's all the data information, or here's where you can find the corresponding information. So I'll talk a little bit about something. I will break it down into pieces, and then I will provide additional reading so that a person looking for a particular topic can just amplify, plug in what they need, and just go to the right place. So a lot of it is a directory. A lot of my courses are just a directory where you can just navigate the website with ease. And yeah, that's a really great way of putting it, is my courses really are a directory. And whenever you shift, whenever you have a perspective shift, there's this disorientation that comes with it. And I have my system set up. It's been the system now for a while, and it's feeling really, really solid. It's wonderful. So that I have what I work on, which is this podcast, which is my YouTube channel. And then I have my books on Kindle Vella. So I go there and I'll write and I'll work on something there. And then I'll go over to my free courses. And those are really the three things that I just nourish and constantly work on. And what I love about this is every time I take time out to do any of these, it turns it into an asset. So I do a podcast, I record it, I put it out there, and it's there forever. It's there forever. So it becomes an asset. So I don't ever have to go back and repeat myself. Same thing with my books. I'll go in and I have published books, and then I have my daily episodes where I will go in with my episodes on Kindle Vella and I'll just write whatever comes to me. It's kind of like a newsletter. So I have my writing, I have my oral, and then I have my free courses. And the courses really are that directory. So if I have something to add or organize, it's all right there. And it's that way people can find the corresponding podcast episodes. They can find the corresponding books. As I come up with weird shit, they can go in there and it's oh, this is where I find what I need. Excuse me. And I love the way this is all set up because it's a do it once, drop it, leave it alone. And when I first uploaded everything, it was a constant deluge of just me constantly uploading data. Now that the majority of it is out there, it's like it's done. Leave me alone. It really, and that's it. Leave me alone. There is nothing that I have that isn't out there already. And one of the things we're looking at is an AI with my brain. So we are going to be putting that out there so people can access the AI. So I don't have to. And you know what? There is enough data with all of my podcasts now where people can build the AI using my podcast. Don't do this. It's licensing. You do not have the right or the authorization to use my personality to create your own AI. This is something we will be hiring, is somebody who comes in and builds an AI with all of my YouTube equipment. So I really don't need anything. It's literally taking all of my YouTube channels. That's probably why I have a YouTube channel, is because they're going to take all of my data and upload it into the AI with all of my books, my writing, and then generate a boom, there's Anna, AI Anna. Oh, I love that, AI Anna. It's literally going to be Anna Imagination, the AI. See, I got the same initials and everything. AI, it's the AI. And that's really awesome. And that's it. I'm going to become an AI. I really am. I know it. I know it. And it's awesome. It's so fucking cool. So that my brain will be available right there for anyone to just go in and access, like, boop, there it is. So that's something that we're going to be working on. And then I have this networking. And with the networking, we have an algorithm where it breaks down everything we need from people so that when people come in and they're like, I want to find my friend, I want to find X, I want to find my people. We have a very different way of organizing and grouping people so that we put you right where you need to be based off of ABC. So we drop you in where you need to be, and then it spits you out and generates you with your group instantly. So we have, with that algorithm, it allows us to group you wherever you need to be grouped. And I'm very excited about that. So we have our network, and it's going to be divided basically into 12 groups, maybe less than that, but that's a good start right there. And then we train people. And that's the course that I built today, was community networking group, so that you get the training on how to network and how to find your people. And this is what I had to learn, was first there is the how do you make friends. And a lot of people are like, well, you got to be nice. Well, you got to be, no, 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 no. In order to make friends, you have to get the grouping right. This is basic math. You have to get your grouping correct. And no one focuses on grouping, and as a result, you're in the wrong group. So all of us almost always are in the wrong group when it comes to figuring out where your people are. And that is the biggest problem. We have people who go to the bar, people who go to events, and hangouts is not at all grouping. And this is where people have asked me when I started to go through it. They're like, well, where would you hang out? I don't hang out. I'm not the kind of person who hangs out unless I already have the friends. My people are not going to be anywhere unless they have friends, which means my people aren't out, they are in. So I was actually getting ready to put together an advertisement where I literally put together and this is something the Healing Garden is probably going to do, where we are going to send out an advertisement for, we are building our network. We are looking for these kind of people. And it's people who have a certain ethic, people who have a certain purpose, and people who have a certain life path. And then we put all those people together. Then we break it down into the next level. What is your societal role? What is your primary language? Which is really determined by all the other questions. So once you get to societal role, you really don't need any more information. And then you will build a community, which is going to be like a 60% match to you. So your community is going to be a 60% match to you. Your friendships are going to be an 80% match to you, and your romances are going to be a 90 plus match to you. And that's how you tell the difference. So your community is going to be that 60%. Now, if you have less than 60%, they're not your people. And that's it right there. If they are less than 60%, they're not your people. I almost want to say it's 75%. And then it's 85%. And then it's 95%. That's another ratio we could go with. And what's going on is, because people don't know how to do grouping, they're fighting people who are like a 10% match to themselves. And they go, oh, these are my people. It's a 10% match. The other thing is, what's the foundation? So you have to have a foundation. And the foundation, you have two choices for a foundation. It can be trauma and fear-based. We call that trauma bonding. Or it can be love-based and passion-based. Love as in what nourishes you to grow. Those are your options. So if somebody had the same trauma as you, if someone is suffering the same way, if you're both lonely, that's going to be trauma and fear-based. So your entire relationship is now built off of fear, trauma, and pain. That's not going to be a healthy relationship. That's a parasitic relationship. And if it is based off of I need you, well, that's parasite. If you have a relationship of fun, joy, laughter, now you've got a love or a growth-based relationship. But in order to get that, you have to have about I'm going to say 60 to 75% match to start. And then from there, your friends are the ones who match to you about 80, 85%. And your love interests are the ones who match 90 to 95%. So once you get into the right community, your odds of finding your people are through the fucking roof. But you got to get in the right community first. But no dating apps, no friendship sites, no interest groups are set up like this. So a lot of people think interests are what attracts people when it's not. A lot of people think age and generation is what attracts people, and it's not. It's not at all. Because you have to look at maturity level. And that's really what you're dealing with when you're looking at ethics, is you are looking at maturity level, and you are also looking at educational level. So that's really the very first thing that's going to connect you, is maturity level and education level. And the next thing you're going to be looking at, that is a huge one, maturity and education level. That is your very first thing right off, your maturity and your educational level. Your maturity is going to be determined by your educational level. The next thing you're going to be looking at is your purpose and your life path. That is the next thing you're going to be looking at, purpose and life path. And then after that, you're going to be looking at your societal role. And your societal role is where you function in society. It's where you are in society. So once you have these three things locked in, it solidifies it. These are your people. You are going to find friends in those three groupings. You're going to do it. So the Healing Garden is building a network where this is how we do our grouping. Everybody can come in. And as everybody comes in, we're going to give you an assignment in the Healing Garden. Here's the network. You can do whatever you want with the grouping. You can be as involved as you want. And we give you something to work on. You can just hang out. You can be part of the group. It's up to you entirely. If you want to turn your life over to a project in the Healing Garden, we have that facility. If you have something going on and you want to plug it in to amplify it, we have that for you. So we do a lot for you with the network. And then we basically make sure that you're in the right area for the right people for your right group. And we train you pretty much everything you need to know for societal, for getting along with each other and for what to look for. And this is where a lot of people look at children and they're like, well, children get along easily. Well, yeah, because they're in the right grouping. They have found people with the same life path and they are peers. Peer is core to this. And the peer is going to be determined by your purpose and your life path with your maturity and education level. So you want maturity, education level, purpose, and life path with that societal role that you're going to have. So once we get all of that together, then we put you in that same group and you're going to have that community. Now the community, that's going to be 60% to 75% matched to you and it's going to nourish you. You can be yourself, you can relax, you can really enjoy that community. The flip side of all that is going to be your friends are the ones who they're going to be matching to that purpose life path. And those people are the ones you're going to skyrocket with. You're going to connect with those ones. So now if you just have one of these, and this is interesting, this is the research we did, where if you have just one of these, they're going to be your community. But if they have all three of these, they're going to be your best friend. If they have two of these, they're going to be a friend. So they have to have one of these to be your community. They have to have two commonalities to be your friend. They have to have three commonalities to be your best friend. And this is it right here. Like this is the formula. Your interests, not fucking relevant. Not fucking relevant at all. Because it's how you have fun. It's how you tell jokes. It's how you connect with humor. And humor is all about logic and ethics. Yeah, that's right. Humor is 100% about logic and ethics. That's all it is, pure logic and ethics. And when you start to understand how you have fun, how you enjoy things, how you laugh is connected to ethics and joy. Now we're back to our ethics and logic. That's going to be your maturity level and your education level, which is logic, So yeah, you basically have to be matched with your logic. And then you have to be matched with your purpose life path and then societal life role. And if you're interested, the link is down below. You can go ahead and take a look at it. We put together a worksheet. And with the network in place, and this is where it gets really interesting, with the network in place, it literally is self-navigational. The whole thing takes care of itself. So we have the podcast, the books, the free courses. You can go in there and you can absolutely nourish wherever you want. And then we're basically getting out our events and our playground. Those are going to be the two key things. The playground is the NYC events. And yeah, actually we're going to do global events and we're going to do local events. So local as in New York City local. And then we have global events. So those are the two pieces. Is basically we have our events and our events connect all of this together. And they're very purpose-driven events. So it's not just, oh, let's go for this picnic. We're working together. We are developing friendships together. We are building projects and dreams together. So it's a completely different atmosphere. It's a completely different concept. And what we do at the garden is people come in and we triage them. We filter them depending upon where are you in your societal role, where are you in your maturity education, and we place you where you fit best. And everything is structured so you can elevate and grow yourself into the next level. So let's say you come to us and you say, I want to be a metaheuristic mind. I want to be a genius. Great. Let's make sure your mental health is taken care of. After that, we're going to move you over to the business side of it, where it's implementing your mental health, implementing everything that you are into a dream business. We're going to train you on what it takes to be a metaheuristic mind. And then it's opening all the doors for you. And that's pretty much it, is we open doors for you so that you can pretty much go wherever you need to go so that you can have those opportunities. And then it's making sure that you are connected to the right people who have the same vision, who have the same dreams. So, and it's, yeah, and that's it, is we have a master list of people for networking, where it's making sure basically emails are available so that you can say, hey, I want to be contacted for this. I want to be contacted for this. So that's definitely a big part of it, is if you see somebody and you want to say, hey, I saw this. This is really what I see, is this data spreadsheet. I see a data sheet. That's really what I see. It's a data sheet where it's, I want to be contacted for X. And then underneath that, it would be, I love to work on Y. And I love to help people with Z. So if you meet one of those three requirements, it would be my email address, and it would be, please contact me, because I'm looking for people who want to be contacted for X, Y, or Z. And if you have X, Y, or Z, please contact me. So then I would get an email. Hey, I saw your location on the Healing Gardens Master Network list, and I am wanting to, I have available Y, or I am somebody with Z, and I'd love to. Great. Here is my, let's basically schedule a meeting. Let's go ahead and get connected. So that's where that would come in. And that's a huge one, is there are some things where I love the concept, other things where I can't stand it. One of the things that I can't stand is whenever I'm in a social media location and there's chatting, but people aren't checking the chats. Almost everyone checks email addresses. So in that sense, it would be, here's an email, and I would put a subject line. Yeah, I would absolutely have the subject line. Inquiry for connection. Something like that. And it would be a generic, like, everyone needs to use the same subject line. That way, when it comes through, people can see it and go, oh, this is coming from the master list. It's a real person. And it's because they have X, Y, or Z. So it's literally an X, Y, or Z. And another example, this is a great example because this is something I deal with. I just got an email from some asshole, and he called me a coach. So right away, I'm like, well, you're a dipshit. And I just wrote him back, I'm not a coach. And then he came back and he argued with me. Well, I saw ABC. Yeah, I hate people. I hate people. Those are DIY courses because I fucking hate people. That's why it's all automated. I am a scientist and I love working in the lab. I fucking hate working with people. That's why everything on my website's automated. That's why I have people to work with people, because I don't work with people. So no, I'm not a coach. Not winning me any favors. He's trying to sell me his coaching course. Bottom line, he's trying to sell me his coaching course. And he's done so little fucking homework that he's now wasting my time and pissing me off. I fucking hate the word coaches. If he emails me again, and he will, I'm going to tell him, I'm going to send him my link for coaching is the biggest scam. Like, get the fuck away from me. You're a scammer. So that being said, do your fucking research before you contact me. This shows me you've done your research, because you're contacting me for the right things, because I've told you what I need, because you've been on the master list, so you can see it. So now when you see that subject line, inquiry for X, oh, I've done your research. I've done the work. I've found you. I have what you're looking for. And now you can enter it into a business exchange. So that's something that we're looking at doing at the Healing Garden. And the key is to automate as much as anything so that it's a smooth experience. You can go through it. And it's a please email me if. And that's it, is a please email me if. And that's it. Oh, I love that. I love that. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that now. I think I'm going to go build that up and I'm just going to start putting it there and it's going to be an actual sheet. I love that. I think that's what I'm going to do. That is exactly it. And that way it can be automated and you don't have to wait for, okay, who am I going to contact? That's phenomenal. So one of the things I was on Doritos, I was on Doritos website yesterday and I have a new flavor of Doritos and I'm like, oh no, we got to get this out there. So I went on Doritos website and I went to contact us and this whole thing popped up. And one of the options, the gods are smiling upon me. One of the things that they say was propose a new flavor. Yes! So I went right in and I went, all right, dudes. And I put my little thing in there. Oh yeah, I did. And I sent it off. And I'm like, that was convenient. That was fucking convenient. And that's the kind of stuff where people will see the garden and they're like, I want to get involved. I want to help. I want to be a part of this. Great. Let me know if you want to be part of this. And I think that's really what we need is contact me if you want to be a part of this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it right now. After I get off of this thing, I'm going to drop it. It's going to be at honnesthealinggarden.org. And I have a link. Let's see here, and I'll go ahead and drop it right in here. It's called Join the Healing Garden. This is where I'm going to put it, guys. So it's going to be under Join the Healing Garden. And there's going to be basically a Google spreadsheet. So if you click on that link for the Google spreadsheet on Join the Healing Garden, just take a look here. You can do a little computer, just scrolling. Do you remember when the computers first came out in 1995 and you had a little hourglass? Now we got this Google circle, this ball. Okay, so I'm on Join the Healing Garden. Positions we currently have available, qualifications, Healing Garden training, Healing Garden special assignment, collaborate, let's fund and empower you. Let us fund and empower you. So I'm going to add, I'm going to go ahead and drop this here. Edit. Okay. All right. So under that, I'm going to be right here. Okay. For Join the Healing Garden. Yeah, this is where I'm going to put it right here. Okay. Oh, I hate it when it won't like. I want to do it my way. Okay, there we go. So I've added it here. Join the Healing Garden. And you can go in now. And once I'm done with, so the link is there. So click on Join the Healing Garden. And once that Google spreadsheet is set up, you can go in there. And if you want your name to the list, you got to be a Healing Garden member. You have to be part of the network in order to pull that off. I'm not just going to add everybody there because you got to meet my standards. So people who meet my quality, my standards, they go on that list. And this is basically your contact information. So you can go through and you can email somebody. And it's going to be a very, please email me if. That way, if you want to join and you have certain things, you can just go through it. So that's how we're going to do that. And it's going to be made very clear, these are the instructions. This is how to do this. This is how to pull it off. And the spreadsheet's going to be set up so that you can do searches. You can look for keywords. You can, and this is a sheet that's going to grow. We're going to have people that just take care of this database, this format. So I think it's a lot easier, better than, there's a lot. I have studied the psychology of so many social media platforms. And I've looked at what works and what doesn't. And it's okay, we want to make sure that we get you right at the core of where you need to go. So, and the whole thing is get it done. I mean, that's really it, is just get it done. No bullshit, just get it done. And if you want to be an investor, like if you are an investor, if you're looking for somebody to invest in you, that's something. I'm looking for an investor so that you can just, it's right there. And I've had investors who are like, I'm looking for somebody. I want to get into investing. We're going to put you there. That way people contact you. And it's going to be a very clear, and this is going to be one of those strict rules of, if you don't meet the qualifications, do not contact these people. You have to meet the qualifications. So it's probably going to be made a private list for members only so that as people join the healing garden, they get access to this list. And bottom line, that's it, is we are going to protect this list once it grows to a certain point. Like right now we are establishing. So once it gets to a certain point, you have to be vetted and then brought in to get on the list. So, and then after a while, it's going to be, we're going to pull the list and the list is going to be available to members only. Yeah, definitely. That way we protect people and then we filter to make sure that we get good people only, because the people on this list are literally vetted for quality and for ethical quality to make sure that they're not scammers. They're legit. They are good people and they are absolutely how to get into us. So, yeah, I'm going to do that. I've decided this. All right. Well, thank you so much. And may the kindest of words always find you.